There's a particular kind of pain that few people talk about, but many eventually face. It's the pain of losing a lifelong friend. Not just an acquaintance, not someone you shared a few memories with, but a person who walked beside you for decades. Someone who knew you before the wrinkles, before the grandkids, before the aches and shifts of aging. A person who held your stories, your laughter, your secrets. In our golden years, many of us expect the body to slow down. We prepare for retirement, for changing roles, for grandchildren. But few of us are ever prepared for the profound grief that comes from saying goodbye to someone who helped shape the very course of our life. This kind of loss is deep. It's quiet. And sometimes it's invisible to those around us. Friends don't get eulogies on television or bereavement leave at work. But make no mistake, losing a lifelong friend is a heartbreak as real and as raw as any. Today on Elder Wisdom, we want to hold space for this kind of grief. To speak gently to the hearts who feel a little emptier, a little quieter, because someone they loved, someone who shared the long road with them, is no longer here. This video isn't about moving on or forgetting. It's about remembering, honoring, and finding peace, even in the midst of sorrow. If you're new here, welcome. Elder Wisdom is a place for thoughtful reflection, emotional support, and warm companionship as we journey through the later chapters of life. If this kind of content helps you feel seen and supported, consider subscribing to Elder Wisdom. We are here for you, always. Let's begin with the truth. Grief in our later years often carries a different weight. When we're young, loss feels disruptive, jarring. But as we age, it becomes more woven into the fabric of our lives. Still, the loss of a lifelong friend can hit harder than almost anything else. Because it's not just the person we're grieving. It's the shared history, the companionship, the daily phone calls, the inside jokes, the unwavering presence. When a spouse passes, people rally around. When a parent passes, rituals follow. But when a friend dies, especially one we've known for decades, there are fewer rituals, less ceremony. And yet the grief can be just as consuming. This kind of sorrow is unique. It is often quiet, personal, unspoken, and that can make it feel incredibly isolating. But let us gently remind you, your pain is valid. Your memories are sacred, and your loss deserves space. It's important to acknowledge that every friendship carries its own texture. Some friends were confidants, others were travel companions. Some were steady and constant. Others dipped in and out of our lives, but always returned like the tide. Regardless of how that bond was expressed, the grief that follows is not measured by how often you saw them, but by how deeply they lived in your heart. In the days following the loss, it's normal to feel adrift. You might reach for the phone instinctively, forgetting for a moment that they won't answer. You might hear a song, see a photo, or recall a joke and feel the ache of absence settle in. These moments can come in waves, gentle, then crashing. That's okay. Grief is not linear, and love never truly ends. One way to begin processing this kind of grief is through remembrance, telling stories, writing memories down, revisiting the places you shared together. This isn't about clinging to the past. It's about honoring the life you both built, the friendship you nurtured, and the love that continues. Many people find comfort in small rituals. Lighting a candle, listening to their favorite song, drinking a cup of coffee at your favorite cafe. These moments of intentional remembrance can serve as anchors. They allow you to feel connected even when the person is gone. Grief, after all, is love with nowhere to go. These rituals give it a place to rest. Some people feel guilty after a friend dies, especially if the last conversation wasn't perfect, or if time and distance had grown between you. But friendship isn't measured in the final moment. It's measured in the lifetime of moments that came before. Forgive yourself for what was left unsaid. Cherish what was shared. Let the love be greater than the regret. As you navigate the days ahead, don't be afraid to reach out. Talk to others who knew your friend. Share stories. Cry together. Laugh together. You might be surprised at how healing it can be to remember together. If you're feeling alone in your grief, please know this: connection still exists, even when your heart is heavy. Support groups, local community centers, churches, and even online spaces can offer gentle companionship. Sometimes just hearing someone say, "I've been there too," can open a window in a dark room. And if you're someone who's not grieving right now, but you know a friend who is, call them, sit with them, let them talk, or say nothing and just be present. Silence shared can be incredibly comforting. Let's take a brief pause here. If this message has touched you or made you feel even slightly less alone, we'd be honored if you gave it a like or shared it with someone who might need it. Sometimes the right words at the right moment can make all the difference. And if you're finding comfort in this space, don't forget to subscribe to Elder Wisdom so you never miss a moment of calm and care. Now let's turn to healing, not as an erasure of grief, but as a companion to it. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means allowing your heart to grow around the loss, to let the love remain, even as you learn to live differently. One of the quiet blessings of aging is perspective. Over time, we learn that pain and joy can live side by side, that we can carry sorrow and still smile, that we can miss someone terribly and still laugh again. This is not betrayal. It's resilience. It's the heart's way of surviving. You might find meaning in writing a letter to your friend. Tell them what you didn't get to say. Share what you're feeling now. Say thank you. Say I miss you. These letters can be incredibly healing, even if no one ever reads them but you. Another gentle step forward is finding a way to carry their legacy. Maybe you plant a tree in their honor. Maybe you support a cause they loved. Maybe you continue a tradition you both cherished. In this way, they live on, not just in your memory, but in your actions. Sometimes loss leaves us with fear. Fear of connecting deeply again. Fear of losing others. But friendship is still worth it. Love is still worth it. Even when it ends in loss, it gives so much more than it takes. Let yourself continue to love. Let yourself continue to be loved. And remember, grief is not something to overcome. It is something to carry. And over time, it changes shape. It becomes quieter, softer. It becomes a part of who you are. And in that way, your friend is never truly gone. They live in the way you speak, the way you laugh, the way you remember. Before we close, we want to say this: your pain matters, your friendship mattered, and your story is worth honoring. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to Elder Wisdom for more videos that bring comfort, connection, and understanding to the later seasons of life. Share this video with someone who may be carrying quiet grief. You never know how healing one act of kindness can be. You are not alone, and you are loved.